rotator cuff guy. Finally, much less injured right now. Crazy looking back when I first started this rehab, I couldn't even move my arm. Literally, I was doing the surrounding the flaming dragon thing that Justin had me do, which sounded fucking dope, but looking back now is like an incredible metaphor for life too. It's like, I can't move my arm, but what can I do? You know, if you're paralyzed in life, there's something you want, but you can't do the direct thing. What can you do to make yourself better so when the thing comes, you can be better? And I was able to train my core, train my other arm a little bit, do a little bit of legs, do a little bit of mobility, anything that didn't move my shoulder joint at all. It literally hurt so much that walking, like that movement, hurt my shoulder for the first like week or so. So I literally did anything I could around that. I would do crunches where I would lie on my back and do like a quarter crunch like that where I didn't have to move my body at all, but at least I was doing something. You know, I wasn't broke, just a little hurt. Started with that, and then finally I could do rotator cuffs with zero weight, and then I put in a fat grip, and I could do a fat grip, and now I'm sitting here doing like 20 reps with 12 pounds, which is still 12 pounds, but it's a fucking hell of a lot better. Last week I did my first ever chest press, and the goal, we'll get there, is I'm not trying to move weight, I'm just trying to increase my range of motion. So it feels good to finally be back doing shit. I have like a genuine upper body day. I got a little bit of triceps and biceps at the end of this day. So I'm going to be taking you through, this is like my first phase of working out where there's actually like a little bit of hypertrophy. But the goal isn't hypertrophy, the goal is just increasing range of motion. So we're back, ready to rock. Hopefully I'm healed by the time my wedding comes in the summer. And then I'll probably take 3 weeks off getting fat in Italy and then come back and get jacked and shredded. So that's the goal. We're going to jump into it. I'm starting with this flywheel thing. I just did this like shoulder complex to warm up. I have to do a lot to warm my shoulder because it gets pretty frozen in the morning. But we have this flywheel thing here with pretty much the best way to explain it. It's like a yo-yo, but not a walking the dog yo-yo. Walking the dog yo-yo. When I first heard that, it confused me. But when you pull a yo-yo, it creates inertia in the spinning wheel and then it pulls it back. So it's literally, instead of the yo-yo being the thing that's moving, there's this disc spinning attached to the rack and I'm pulling a rope away from it, and the same amount of tension in which I pull is the same amount of tension that pulls back. So it's just creating enough resistance for my arm to move in a plane that is not going to hurt me. The only tension I can create is one I create myself. So starting with that, it's like a superset back and chest. Most people don't have this machine. You don't need it to be jacked. I'm just doing it for shoulder rehab and it looks dope. And then we're going to move on to some normal shit. The goal with this thing is like velocity. So you can just press like you're going as fast as you can, but obviously it only moves as fast as you can break the momentum from the last rep. So you're kind of training, I'm trying to train my body to be like explosive. And there's no like weight crushing me, so less likely to fuck my shoulder. Like I have like no pain in my shoulder doing that, which is insane. So not a bad chest pump and like cardio because I superset all that. 20 reps each movement. So 80 reps total. cardio for the week. Something I always forget to do, but it's really driving into my brain now that I'm injured. Whenever you do something unilateral, even if you're not injured, typically we all have like a weaker side of the body. Usually, sometimes it's opposite, left leg to right upper body or something like that. But start when you're not injured with your non-dominant side, because you want to make sure the weaker side is getting after it when you have more energy, more focus, you're more locked in. And sometimes the second body part that you do gets a little more fatigued. So you do the weaker one first when you're not injured, but when you are injured, you actually want to do the non-injured side first, because your brain actually learns right to left what's going on. So my right side isn't injured, and I'm able to like fire all the muscles in the right range of motion with no pain. The left side of my body will actually like understand how to do that better because I just did it. So your injured side can actually learn from your not injured side. So it's kind of the opposite depending if you're injured or not. Not injured, train the weak side first. Injured, change the healthy side first. Train. Can't talk when I'm brain dead, but you guys get the point.
Do you think you're going to use like any of these other pieces at all anymore in the future?
My goal, like here's this thing, I love training on a program, but some days I just like, I want to go and do what I want to do.
Yeah.
So my goal is to, when I'm healed, to get to a point where like, maybe Sundays are like upper body hypertrophy day,
yeah,
where I just come and do whatever the fuck I want.
Sure.
And that's when I'll come do like the machines I love.
Gotcha.
I'll totally whittle down to the ones I love the most, because I don't need this much shit. You know, compared to when I was competing and I would do like 7 to 9 exercises for just back in a day.
Sure.
Like I'll never do that again probably, so we'll see.
I was going to ask, like, once you're fully back, you'll still have days that are just like super hypertrophy focused. It's just kind of like as you want to do it.
Well, it'll be intentional, planned out in a way so like either blended within it. Yeah. Like that's kind of like athletic training. Sure. And now I'm about to go do chest press. Okay. You know, but some days I'm like, I just want to hit bis and tris and get a sick arm pump, you know? So it'll be mixed in for sure. All right, so these are like the first official like compound-ish movements, if you will, I'm doing of hypertrophy-ish, if you will, because the goal here is not hypertrophy, but it's stability, range of motion, just building back the movement patterns. It's been so long since I've done these things. It's like starting out for the first time, and the benefit of being injured and being so far behind is when I rebuild, I can do everything properly with good range of motion and good form. So the goal on the chest press here, neutral grip, get in a position that doesn't hurt, a light enough weight that when I get to the bottom, I'm not just getting to the bottom, I'm actually squeezing back my shoulder blades, and then I try and keep my shoulder blades back and then press through, control the whole way and come back down. And the goal isn't to like press out, and I subconsciously do that because that's how I've always trained, but being able to control it the whole way, you're building that like stability. Like the first time you ever bench press, everyone's like all over the place because you have no stability. So I'm trying to rebuild the stability muscles in my shoulder, rotator cuffs, all that good stuff. Then like a 5-second really controlled negative, same thing. Just rebuilding the motor patterns that my body has lost. And then same thing on the lat pull down, going into a neutral grip, coming down all the way, scapular retraction as hard as I can, and then on the way up again. And I'm trying to start every single movement here, scapular retraction, and then row. Scapula, stay back, 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 come to the top, scapular protraction, and repeat that. That's technically what like a perfect range of motion is. People who are really good can do that all fluid, quick range of the motion. And I feel like a lot of reasons people do get injured is when your shoulders get stuck in protraction. So you're up here all the time. And I used to do this all the time. Wing scapula, you're pressing like this. So when the dumbbells are coming down, barbells coming down, you're creating tension on the rotator cuffs rather than on the muscle. Leads to wear and tear over years, injuries like myself, where it wasn't like a chronic pop of a tear. It was more so like a decade of training with not the best form, and wing scapulas made it hurt. So I'm trying to rebuild properly now and do this kind of shit. And this is why range of motion and form and everything is actually so fucking important, and no one listens to that until you get injured, which is fine. Don't listen to me. If you guys are young watching this, wait till you get injured yourself. You can learn the hard way. We're human. It's the only way we learn. We only train when we have to. So I'm trying to do it right this time around and humbling myself. It's funny, I was looking at my logs. I was actually good at logging my weight using my app. And it was like last time you incline dumbbell press, you did 150 pounds for 10 reps. And now I'm doing 40 pounds for 10 reps. So it's humbling, but we all start somewhere. Get an afro in this humidity too. Time for a haircut. I look just like Bradley. We're like twins with their little, looks like I got a perm. I feel like I'm huge again.
Do you have any goals or expectations around weight? I know you're like working on getting the range of motion back, but if you're doing 40s with chest press right now, do you want to be back like by the end of the summer doing like hundreds or anything?
I mean, I definitely want to be strong as fuck still.
Yeah.
And I feel like, we were just talking about anime. There's an anime called Solo Leveling that everybody loves.
Yeah.
And the dude just like levels up like fucking crazy. Considering how strong I was 6 months ago, like the second I'm training painless, I'll be doing the 120s in like a month from that day. You know, like it will just shoot up all of a sudden, and then the progress will get slower. But like expectation-wise, yeah, I would like to be doing at least the 120s by like this summer, like August or something, with good form. I don't know if those are high expectations considering I'm doing 40s right now, but considering I was doing 150s a year ago, I think it'll come back pretty quick. It's not like my pec is like, oh my god, it's so fatigued.
Yeah.
Like Kraken's, it's like literally like the stabilizers in my joint are like burning.
Gotcha.
You know, and it's like mentally keeping in the right spot. It's more like a burning of like the shoulder joint than so much my pec being destroyed from like a heavyweight. Which is why it's so fucking important when you're starting to build properly.
Yeah.
Because if you train for 5 years with shitty form and you're young so you don't get injured, retraining that already subconscious motor patterns and mind muscle connection is so much harder than training it from nothing. But again, no one listens. So fuck it. Preaching to the choir. I wouldn't listen to myself either. I'd be like, yeah, fuck off, old man. I'm gonna go bench press 400 pounds and wait till I hurt. I feel like that's like the only point of like absorbing knowledge. You get all this knowledge that you're like, it makes sense, but like, I'm not gonna listen. You know, we all know what to do, but we don't do it. Until our life fucking shit hits the fan and our life falls apart, and then we have to start picking up the pieces and we have to change, then we pull back from that knowledge we have and start to apply it.
I feel like most people are better at giving advice than taking.
For sure. That's why it's easier to coach than to do. My muscles are so not used to like being worked. They're like, feels good, but it's achy. Nothing like training biceps, you know? Well, I wish I could just do curls every day. The glory days. Alright, that's all she wrote. Upper body day complete. Phase 7 of my injury rehab currently.
Phase 7?
Sounds right. Something like that. Probably more than phase 7 actually. Considering the first one was surrounding the flaming dragon. I feel like I've been through maybe 10. I don't know. But comeback is coming back. A little bit of a bicep pump. Debating doing another set because it's arms, you know? He said 3, but it's biceps, so I'm gonna do 4. You won't catch me doing that on rotator cuffs. Catch me in here 5 hours later, just set 20 all day. All right, now we're actually done. That's it for today. All right, so wrapped up the workout. Pumped finally get to work out a little bit. Maybe you guys have been as bored as I am getting through watching my YouTube videos without fucking being able to lift heavy weights, but maybe not, who knows. But I'm pumped I'm finally coming back. Not trying to turn everything into some philosophical thing, but it's just the way my brain works, of just going through a time of like not wanting to show up but still choosing to show up anyways and do the little things that you know aren't the things you want to do but are going to get you to where you want to be so you can do the things you want to do, has pretty much been me in the gym for the last 6 months or so. So happy to be finally back. Even like everything else in my life, I feel like it's coming back. I mean, in this realm of a little bit more like excitement, just having more happiness, joy, whatever in the gym is like translating into me being like, all right, time to get back on my shit. I ordered MegaFit for the first time in like 6 weeks because I was just slacking on eating. So now I have consistent meals. I'm eating like 4 solid meals a day rather than 2 protein shakes all the time. I'm actually having a shake post-workout with some carbs so when I get home I can have another meal. Like trying to get my metabolism revving up and my food back again so I can recover properly, because my recovery was kind of shit. And then that's also even translating in the rest of my life. I'm feeling a little bit more like, I don't know, alive and excited about like work and like creativity things. Like we're planning this campaign for a launch of like a flavor series, which is going to be a whole like really cool marketing campaign for Raw. And like my brain was just like firing on ideas that we could do for it. And I feel like that like creative side was shut off for a while. So it's like my brain is opening back up again, which I'm super pumped about. And you know, it is what it is. So what was I going to say? Oh, my post-workout nutrition has consistently been back on track. I got the chocolate protein. So I'm doing like 2-ish scoops of this. Because I'm not going to explain it too much. I'll do a full day of eating for one of the videos we do this week. But I'm locking back in the nutrition. I've been taking EAs like crazy. I have these pills, but I also don't always want more sweetener because I take a shit ton of EAs. So I try and get like 10 grams from a powder, which then also tastes good. And then I'll have like 5 grams from a pill form, just so there's a little bit less sweetener and other shit in it that I'm adding to it. So typically I'll do that before or during my workout, and then after I'm having an actual protein shake and maybe like 5 more grams of aminos. And I've been downing these cadence bars too. These things are 40 grams of carbs and 400 milligrams of sodium, and it's like a rice puff. So it's essentially just eating rice at the end of my workout with some salt on it. Close enough, but they actually taste really good. Also building, spoken on one of the last videos, but we're building out a carb powder. Me, Justin, he's formulating it essentially, but it's going to be really cool. It's like 5 different sources of carbs. So not only will it not hurt your insulin sensitivity, but actually the potential to make your body more insulin sensitive, and you can absorb all the carbohydrates efficiently after a workout. So you're starting to recover immediately. So my post-workout will become protein in that carb powder when it exists, but it does not exist yet. So for now, I get to enjoy a little Rice Crisp puff, chocolate protein, go home, shower, eat a meal within the next like 45 minutes, and then get fucking huge. So locked in. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later.